Have you ever wondered about the unspoken signals of attraction? How someone subtly moves, glances, or adjusts themselves around you can carry volumes of meaning, yet we often overlook these delicate cues. Imagine the quiet allure of a woman twisting her hair absent-mindedly, her eyes flitting toward you and quickly looking away, her laughter spilling over even at the slightest hint of humor. These moments are not random, they're potent, primal, and deeply revealing. Bookmark. In this video, we're diving into the magnetic, unspoken language of attraction. From the way her body instinctively reacts to your presence, to the tantalizing dance of her gaze, each of these signs is an invitation into her world. A whisper of desire she may not even fully realize she's communicating. Stay with us, and you'll uncover how to decipher these clues to understand the profound depth of her feelings. But before we unravel these mysteries, let me remind you of something important. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, now is the time. Click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell to make sure you're always up to date with our latest, most provocative insights. And while you're here, share your thoughts with me. If this resonates, comment with a 1. If it doesn't, leave a 0. Your feedback isn't just helpful, it shapes the very content you crave. Get ready to step into a world where attraction is no longer a mystery, but an electrifying tapestry of subtle, irresistible gestures. Let's decode the silent seduction that happens every time she's near you. Are you ready to understand the signals you've been missing? Let's dive in. There's something undeniably captivating about the way a woman touches her hair. Whether she's twirling a strand around her finger, flipping it back over her shoulder, or brushing it gently away from her face, these seemingly innocent gestures are anything but meaningless. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, her hair becomes an extension of her emotions, her desires, and her instincts. It's as though her hands cannot help but find their way to this symbol of femininity and allure. Hair, for many women, represents a deeply personal aspect of their identity. It's sensual, expressive, and intimate, and how she interacts with it in your presence can reveal volumes about her feelings. When she plays with her hair, it's a subconscious invitation for you to notice her. It's her body's way of saying, "I'm here, and I want to captivate you." The act might seem casual, twisting the ends of her hair, smoothing a lock behind her ear, or even tossing her hair back to reveal the soft curve of her neck. But each of these gestures carries a tantalizing message. Let's explore this more deeply. Picture a woman who gently curls her hair around her finger while stealing a glance at you. The motion is slow, deliberate, and almost hypnotic. It's not just a fidget, it's an instinctual display of her interest. This act of drawing attention to her hair is more than vanity, it's a silent seduction. It's her subconscious mind working in harmony with her desires, signaling her hope that you'll be captivated by her beauty and presence. Then there's the hair flip. The hair flip. It's a movement that exudes confidence and allure. When she flips her hair back, it's as if she's saying, "Look at me. Notice how radiant I am." This isn't just about looking beautiful. It's about commanding your attention. And when that flip reveals the tender, exposed skin of her neck, that's a deeply intimate gesture, almost primal in its invitation. It's her way of opening herself up, creating a space for you to admire her, to be drawn in by her allure. Now consider the way she brushes her hair to the side, exposing her face, her jawline, and her lips. This movement is subtle, but it's no less potent. It's her way of saying, "I want you to see me clearly, to notice every part of me." It's an instinctive act of self-presentation, a declaration of her desire to be seen and admired by you. These gestures are deliberate in their delicacy, drawing your gaze to her features in a way that feels natural and yet utterly magnetic. But why is hair such a powerful tool of attraction? From a psychological perspective, these gestures tap into a primal part of our brains, where subtle movements and shifts in body language are interpreted as signs of interest and connection. For centuries, poets and lovers have waxed lyrical about the sensuality of a woman's hair, and it's no wonder. It frames her face, enhances her beauty, and invites your attention to her eyes, her lips, and the soft lines of her features. It's a living extension of her femininity, a tool she uses, often without even realizing it, to draw you closer. The act of touching her hair can also be a signal of nervous excitement. When a woman feels attracted to you, her body is often charged with energy she doesn't know what to do with. This nervous energy finds an outlet in the act of hair play. She's not just twirling her hair for no reason, she's trying to manage the rush of feelings she has when she's around you. That's why these gestures are so often accompanied by shy smiles, quick glances, or soft laughter. Together, they create a symphony of attraction that's impossible to ignore. Let's not forget the symbolic power of a woman's hair. Across cultures and throughout history, hair has been seen as a symbol of beauty, vitality, and even sexuality. By drawing attention to it, she's tapping into this deeply ingrained symbolism, using it to highlight her allure. It's a natural, almost instinctual act, driven by her desire to be noticed and appreciated by you. But here's the thing, these gestures aren't just about drawing your gaze, they're about creating a connection. When she plays with her hair, she's inviting you to notice her, to engage with her on a deeper, more instinctual level. It's a way of saying, I see you, and I want you to see me too. This unspoken communication is what makes these moments so electrifying and unforgettable. Now, as a man observing these subtle signs, your role isn't just to notice but to respond with equal subtlety. A quiet, confident smile when she flips her hair can speak volumes. A moment of sustained eye contact when she brushes her hair behind her ear can create a connection that words could never achieve. These small, almost imperceptible responses let her know that you see her, that you understand the unspoken language she's speaking. Of course, it's important to approach these moments with mindfulness and respect. As the Stoics remind us, true understanding comes not from rushing to conclusions but from observing patterns and allowing feelings to unfold naturally. If her hair play is consistent, if it's accompanied by other signs of interest, like her laughter, her gaze, or her proximity to you, then it's safe to say she's drawn to you. But remember, attraction is complex, and every gesture is just one part of a larger picture. In the end, a woman's hair is not just hair, it's an instrument of allure, a canvas for her desires, a living expression of her femininity. When she plays with her hair in your presence, she invites you into her world, hoping you'll be captivated by her, hoping you'll notice not just her beauty, but the vulnerability and emotion behind each delicate touch. So, the next time you see her fingers lingering in her hair, or watch as she flips it back with a knowing smile, pay attention. These moments are not random, they're intimate, powerful, and deeply revealing. And if you're lucky enough to be the one she's drawn to, let her gestures pull you into her world, one touch, one glance, one irresistible moment at a time. Few things are as electrifying as the stolen glance, a moment so fleeting, yet so charged with emotion that it can leave you breathless. When a woman is attracted to you, her eyes become her most powerful weapon, silently speaking the desires her lips dare not say. The beauty of a stolen glance lies in its subtlety. The way her gaze flits toward you, lingers for just a heartbeat, and then darts away as if caught in a forbidden act. This is no accident. It's an instinctual, primal dance of curiosity and attraction. Let's set the scene. You're in a room, maybe it's a party, a cafe, or even a work meeting. Across the space, her eyes catch yours for just a moment. It's so brief that you almost question whether it happened, but then it happens again, and again. Each time, it feels like the air between you thickens, charged with a tension that neither of you can quite put into words. Her stolen glances are her way of studying you, of drinking in your presence without exposing her interest too openly. It's a game, a deliciously intimate game, and you are the focus of her attention. Why do women steal glances? On one level, it's about safety. Maintaining prolonged eye contact can feel vulnerable, even risky, because it lays bare her emotions in a way that words cannot. A stolen glance, on the other hand, allows her to observe you without committing to the interaction fully. It's a way for her to explore her feelings, to test the waters of attraction without the fear of immediate rejection. But make no mistake, those quick, seemingly innocent looks are anything but casual. Each one is a window into her growing curiosity, her desire, her unspoken longing. Think about the mechanics of a stolen glance. Her gaze is quick, almost shy, but it's filled with purpose. She might glance at you from across the room, her eyes lingering on your face, your lips, maybe even your hands. She's taking you in, savoring the sight of you in a way that feels secret and intimate. And when your eyes meet hers, that's when the magic happens. The moment she realizes she's been caught, her gaze darts away, her cheeks might flush, and her lips may even curve into a nervous, yet delighted smile. This reaction isn't just endearing, it's a sign of the undeniable chemistry building between you. The stolen glance is as much about what it conveys as how it makes you feel. There's a thrill in catching her looking at you, a rush of adrenaline that comes with knowing you're the subject of her attention. It's a form of silent communication, a way of saying, I see you, and I'm drawn to you, without uttering a single word. Each glance is a spark, and with each spark, the tension between you grows, creating a fire that neither of you can ignore. From a psychological perspective, these glances tap into the human need for connection and validation. Eye contact, even brief, releases oxytocin, the so-called bonding hormone, which deepens feelings of attraction and trust. When a woman steals glances at you, she's not just looking, she's connecting, even if she's doing so in the most subtle of ways. Her body, her instincts are responding to the magnetic pull she feels when you're around. What makes stolen glances so intoxicating is the push and pull dynamic they create. On one hand, she wants to look at you, to soak in every detail of your presence. On the other hand, she's hesitant, perhaps shy or unsure of how you'll respond. This tension, the desire to be seen versus the fear of being exposed, is what makes these moments so charged. It's a dance of curiosity and restraint, and it's utterly mesmerizing. Now, let's talk about how to respond when you catch her stealing glances. The key is confidence. When your eyes meet hers, hold her gaze for just a fraction longer than she expects. Don't look away too quickly, but don't stare either. A subtle, self-assured smile can speak volumes, letting her know that you've noticed her attention and that you're intrigued. This quiet acknowledgement creates a bridge between you and unspoken understanding that there's something more simmering beneath the surface. But remember, it's not just about meeting her gaze, it's about what you do after. If you're in the same room, consider moving closer. Maybe it's as simple as positioning yourself where the two of you can share more casual, fleeting glances, or perhaps it's initiating a conversation, breaking the silence that her eyes have already filled with so much tension. The stolen glance is an opening, an invitation. It's up to you to decide how to respond. It's also worth noting that the intensity of her gaze can vary. A quick, nervous glance might signal initial curiosity, while a more prolonged, lingering look could suggest deeper attraction. Pay attention to the frequency of her glances. If they're consistent, if she's looking at you more than once or twice, it's safe to say you've captured her interest. And if her eyes linger on specific parts of you, your lips, your hands, your chest, then the attraction has likely taken on a physical dimension. Of course, as with all signs of attraction, context matters. A woman's glances need to be understood within the larger framework of her behavior. If she's looking at you often, but seems distant or disengaged in conversation, her interest might be fleeting or situational. But if her stolen glances are accompanied by other signs, like laughter, playful touches, or a desire to spend time near you, then it's clear her attraction is genuine. The Stoics remind us to approach such moments with patience and mindfulness. It's tempting to overanalyze every glance, to let the thrill of her attention cloud your judgment. But true understanding comes from observing patterns over time, from letting the connection unfold naturally. The stolen glance is just one piece of the puzzle, albeit a deeply alluring one. In the end, a woman's stolen glances are an irresistible blend of curiosity, vulnerability, and desire. They're a silent confession, a whisper of her feelings, a spark that invites you to explore the connection between you. So the next time you catch her looking, don't just notice, respond. Let your own eyes tell her what words cannot. At that moment, you're not just sharing a glance, you're sharing a secret, a promise, a tantalizing hint of what could be. There's a kind of magic in a woman's smile, a warmth that has the power to captivate and pull you closer without a single word being spoken. When she smiles at you, especially in moments when the situation doesn't demand it, she's letting her guard down, offering a glimpse into her emotional world. And when her laughter follows, soft, musical, and seemingly uncontainable, it's more than just a reaction. It's a revelation of her desire to connect, her joy in your presence, and perhaps the first signs of something deeper. A woman's smile is rarely random. It's a form of silent communication, a gesture that says, "I enjoy being near you." When she's genuinely attracted to you, her smile becomes more radiant, her laughter more frequent, even when your jokes might not truly merit it. This isn't just politeness, it's chemistry, plain and simple. Her body, almost against her will, is responding to the emotional pull you exert, and her laughter becomes her way of saying, "You make me feel good." Imagine a moment where she laughs at something you've said. Perhaps it's a joke, a light-hearted comment, or even a slip of the tongue. The way her lips part, her eyes crinkle with genuine amusement, and the sound of her laugh fills the air. It's intoxicating. This laughter isn't about the humor of your words. It's about the way you make her feel. It's about the spark you've ignited, the energy that's building between you both. Her body is responding not just to your words, but to you, your presence, your charisma, your ability to make her feel at ease. But laughter isn't just about joy, it's about vulnerability. When a woman laughs around you, especially in a way that feels unguarded, she's letting you in. She's showing you that she feels safe in your company, that she trusts you enough to let her walls come down, even if only for a moment. This vulnerability is deeply attractive. It's a sign that she's opening up, inviting you to see a side of her that not everyone gets to witness. Pay attention to the subtleties of her laughter. Is it soft and shy, as though she's testing the waters? Or is it full-bodied and infectious, as though she can't contain herself? The way she laughs tells you so much about how comfortable she feels around you, and how much she's drawn to your energy. And when her laughter mirrors yours, when she joins in even before she fully understands the joke, it's a sign of synchronization. It's her subconscious way of aligning with you, of creating a rhythm between your emotions and hers. Smiling and laughter are also powerful tools of flirtation. A playful tease, a cheeky grin, or a mock laugh at something silly you've said, all of these are ways she might be testing the chemistry between you. She's gauging your reactions, seeing how you respond to her humor, and building a connection that feels lighthearted yet deeply meaningful. These playful interactions are her way of saying, "I want to share this moment with you. I want to know if you feel it too." The Stoics, with their wisdom on human nature, understood the importance of balance and observation in relationships. They would remind us not to take a single laugh or smile as definitive proof of attraction, but rather as part of a larger pattern. If her smiles are consistent, if her laughter feels genuine and frequent, and if she pairs these with other signs, like lingering eye contact or playful touches, it's clear that her attraction goes beyond the surface. Her laughter also reveals her desire to create an emotional connection. When she laughs with you, she's building memories, laying the groundwork for something more. Laughter has a way of bonding people, of making them feel closer, more in sync. It's why shared jokes and lighthearted moments are so often the foundation of deep relationships. If she's laughing often around you, it's because she values those moments, because she wants to create more of them with you. There's also something irresistibly sexy about a woman who's unafraid to laugh. Her confidence and her willingness to let go and enjoy the moment are magnetic. When she laughs with abandon, when her smile lights up her face, it's a reminder of the joy and passion she brings into the world, and what she could bring into your life. It's an invitation to join her, to share in her energy, and to build a connection that's as playful as it is profound. So how should you respond to her smiles and laughter? Start by matching her energy. When she laughs, laugh with her. Let her see that you're enjoying the moment just as much as she is, and don't be afraid to tease her back, to keep the energy playful and dynamic. A simple, "You're really enjoying yourself, aren't you?" can go a long way in deepening the connection. It shows her that you're paying attention, that you're tuned into her emotions and willing to engage with her on a deeper level. But remember, subtlety is key. Don't force the humor or try too hard to make her laugh. Genuine connection comes from being present, from allowing the moment to unfold naturally. If she senses that you're authentic, that you're truly enjoying her company, Her laughter will come even more easily, her smiles more frequently. It's about creating an atmosphere where she feels seen, valued, and free to be herself. Ultimately, a woman's smiles and laughter are far more than just casual reactions. They're invitations, intimate, powerful, and full of potential. They're her way of letting you know that she's drawn to you, that she feels something special when you're around. So pay attention to the way her face lights up, the way her laughter spills over, the way her energy shifts when you're near. These moments are windows into her emotions, glimpses of her attraction, and opportunities to deepen your connection. And the next time she laughs at something you've said, even if it's not particularly funny, take a moment to appreciate what's really happening. It's not just laughter, it's her way of saying, I like you. You make me happy. And that, perhaps, is the most seductive message of all. The eyes have long been called the windows to the soul, and when it comes to attraction, they become something even more. Doorways to desire. A woman's gaze can be as deliberate as a whispered confession, or as fleeting as a sudden gust of wind, yet both forms carry an undeniable charge. Eye contact, especially in the realm of attraction, is one of the most intimate, electrifying exchanges you can experience. Imagine this: you're talking to her, and as the conversation flows, her gaze lingers just a moment too long. Her eyes don't just look, they linger, soften, and pull you into a moment where time seems to stand still. That pause, that slight extension of eye contact, speaks louder than words ever could. It's an unspoken declaration. I see you, I'm drawn to you. It's her way of inviting you into her inner world, where curiosity and vulnerability intertwine with undeniable chemistry. There's a tension in prolonged eye contact that can make the air between you feel thick with possibility. Her eyes might sparkle with playfulness, darken with intrigue, or hold steady as though daring you to understand her in a way no one else has. These moments are not accidental. When a woman locks eyes with you, she's offering you more than her attention. She's offering her interest, her trust, and perhaps even her unspoken desire. Bookmark? But eye contact isn't always direct. Sometimes it's playful and teasing, an intoxicating game of chase. Her gaze might flicker toward you before darting away, leaving you wondering if it was intentional. Then it happens again and again. Each glance is like a breadcrumb, leading you closer to the truth of her feelings. This dance of stolen looks is as thrilling as it is subtle, creating a magnetic pull that keeps you both coming back for more. There's also something incredibly sensual about where her gaze travels. If her eyes drift to your lips while you're speaking, it's no accident. This subtle signal is her subconscious imagining what it would feel like to close the space between you. If her eyes follow the curve of your shoulders, the line of your jaw, or linger on your hands, she's allowing herself to admire you, to indulge in the quiet pleasure of seeing you. These wandering glances are as much about curiosity as they are about desire. What makes eye contact so powerful is the vulnerability it demands. When a woman allows her gaze to meet yours, especially in a way that feels unguarded, she's taking a risk. She's letting you see her interest, her emotions, and perhaps even her longing. This act of openness is as seductive as it is brave, inviting you to respond not just with your own gaze, but with your actions. Will you acknowledge her interest? Will you meet her halfway? The way you respond to her eyes can either deepen the connection or let the moment slip away. The Stoics, ever wise in their observations of human behavior, understood the power of restraint and balance in moments like these. They would remind you not to rush, not to force meaning where it might not exist, but instead to observe the patterns. A single glance might be an incident, but a series of lingering looks, that's something more. The key is to let these moments unfold naturally, to recognize their significance without overwhelming them with assumptions. And while her eyes can reveal her feelings, they also reflect her confidence. A woman who holds your gaze steadily is demonstrating self-assuredness, a comfort in her attraction to you. She's not afraid to let you see her, to meet your gaze with one of her own. This boldness is alluring, drawing you in with its quiet strength. Conversely, a woman who looks away quickly, only to glance back moments later, might be revealing a shyness or hesitation that's equally captivating. Both forms of eye contact, bold and bashful, are deeply personal, offering a glimpse into her unique way of expressing interest. Let's not forget the most potent moment of all, when her gaze meets yours, and neither of you looks away. That shared look, sustained for just a heartbeat longer than expected, creates a spark that's impossible to ignore. It's a silent conversation, an exchange of emotions that words could never capture. In that moment, you're not just looking at each other, you're connecting on a level that feels raw and electric, as though the space between you has dissolved entirely. But what should you do in these moments? The answer is simple. Match her energy. When her eyes meet yours, hold her gaze with quiet confidence. Let your expressions soften into a slight smile, signaling your interest without overwhelming her. This balance between assurance and subtlety is key. It shows her that you've noticed her attention and that you're intrigued. If her gaze wanders to your lips or lingers on your face, let your response mirror the intimacy of her look. Speak gently, move a little closer, and let the tension build naturally. Pay attention too to how her gaze evolves over time. If she starts with quick, stolen glances but gradually holds your gaze more steadily, it's a sign that her comfort and attraction are growing. On the other hand, if her eyes frequently meet yours, but her body language suggests distance, crossed arms, and a turned and away posture, she might be sending mixed signals. The key is to read her gaze within the context of her overall behavior, allowing her actions to paint a fuller picture of her feelings. In the end, eye contact is one of the most intimate ways a woman can communicate her attraction. It's raw, immediate, and deeply revealing, offering you a glimpse into her emotions without a single word being spoken. Her gaze, whether lingering or fleeting, is an invitation to connect, to step closer, to explore the possibility of something more. So the next time her eyes meet yours, don't just see it as a casual moment. Recognize it for what it is: a spark, a signal, a doorway into the unspoken language of desire. Let your own gaze tell her what words cannot, and watch as the connection between you deepens with every shared look. Physical touch is one of the most primal and intimate forms of communication. When a woman is drawn to you, her body often speaks louder than her words ever could, bridging the gap between curiosity and connection. A lingering touch, a playful nudge, or even the soft brush of her hand against yours, all of these gestures carry a message, one that's filled with possibility, desire, and the silent invitation to step closer. Imagine you're in the middle of a conversation, and her hand casually grazes your arm as she laughs at something you've said. It's a touch so light you might dismiss it as nothing, but make no mistake, it's deliberate. She's testing the waters, gauging your reaction to her closeness, and signaling that she feels comfortable breaking the physical barrier. This moment, though fleeting, is charged with meaning. Her touch says, "I enjoy being near you, I want to feel you." But not all touches are equal. The context, the placement, and the duration all matter. A brief touch on your forearm during a conversation might signal playful interest, while a hand lingering on your shoulder as she leans in to speak carries a deeper weight. These gestures aren't just about physical contact, they're about creating intimacy, shrinking the distance between your bodies, and building a bridge that's as emotional as it is physical. Consider the way her touches evolve over time. At first, they may be subtle: a light nudge, a hand brushing yours as she reaches for something, or her knee just barely grazing yours under the table. These moments are her way of testing your boundaries and exploring the chemistry between you without being overt. If you respond warmly, perhaps by lightly touching her back or letting your hand linger for a moment longer than necessary, she'll likely grow bolder. There's something intoxicating about the escalation of touch. What starts as an innocent graze can transform into something more deliberate. A playful tug on your sleeve, her fingers lingering on your hand, or even her body leaning into yours as if drawn by an invisible force. Each touch builds on the last, creating a rhythm of connection that's impossible to ignore. And when her touch carries a sense of hesitancy or nervous excitement, it becomes even more alluring, a physical manifestation of her attraction and anticipation. Touch is also deeply tied to trust. When a woman initiates contact, she's not just showing interest, she's revealing that she feels safe in your presence. This trust is precious, and how you respond to her touch can either strengthen it or cause her to pull away. A gentle squeeze of her hand, a light touch on her shoulder, or even just leaning slightly closer can reinforce the bond she's trying to build. The key is to mirror her energy, matching her level of intimacy without pushing beyond what feels natural. From a psychological perspective, physical touch releases oxytocin, the hormone that fosters feelings of connection and bonding. This is why even the smallest gestures, a soft hand on your arm, a playful tap on your chest, can feel so significant. Her body is responding to the chemistry between you, and each touch deepens the connection, drawing you both closer to something that feels undeniable. Let's not forget the sensuality of touch. When her fingers linger just a moment too long, when her touch is warm and deliberate, it's more than just a signal of interest, it's a statement of desire. She's allowing her body to communicate what her words might hesitate to say, letting the electricity between you build in a way that feels both thrilling and intimate. Her touch becomes an extension of her emotions, a way of saying, I want to feel closer to you. Touch is also a powerful way to express playfulness and flirtation. A playful poke, a light shove as she teases you, or even a mock punch on your shoulder are all ways she might use touch to break the tension and create a sense of fun. These gestures, though light-hearted, carry an undertone of attraction, a desire to engage with you in a way that feels exciting and dynamic. They're her way of inviting you into a shared moment of joy, testing your reactions, and building a bond that's as playful as it is intimate. The Stoics, in their wisdom, would advise patience and mindfulness when interpreting touch. They'd remind you not to read too much into a single gesture, but to observe the patterns over time. Is her touch becoming more frequent, more deliberate? Is it paired with other signs of attraction like lingering eye contact, laughter, or a desire to be near you? If so, it's safe to say her interest is real. But while touch is a powerful signal, it's also a delicate one. The way you respond matters greatly. A hesitant reaction or pulling away might make her second-guess her feelings, while a warm, confident response can encourage her to open up even more. The key is to stay present, to read her cues, and to let the connection unfold naturally. Physical attraction is as much about timing and sensitivity as it is about chemistry. In moments of touch, there's a quiet magic that words could never capture. It's in the way her hand lingers just a second longer than necessary, the way her body moves closer without her even realizing it, the way each gesture feels like an unspoken promise. These moments, though subtle, carry the weight of her emotions, her desires, and her willingness to let you in. So the next time she touches you, whether it's a light brush of her fingers or the deliberate press of her hand, don't just notice it. Feel it. Respond to it. Let her know through your own touch and your presence that you're just as drawn to her as she is to you. Because in those moments, her body is speaking a language that's as ancient as it is intoxicating. And the connection you build through touch is one that words could never replicate. When a woman is deeply attracted to you, her actions speak louder than her words. Among the clearest signs of this attraction is her persistent desire to be near you, to share moments together, and to intertwine her world with yours. This desire isn't always overt. Sometimes it's as subtle as her lingering just a little longer after a group event, or casually suggesting an activity the two of you could do together. But these gestures, though understated, are charged with intention. They're her way of telling you, I want more of you. Think about it. When someone captivates us, we find reasons to be near them, excuses to bridge the physical or emotional gap that separates us. For her, this could mean rearranging her schedule to match yours, or showing up at places where she knows you'll be. Maybe she coincidentally starts frequenting the same coffee shop, or finds herself in the same gym class. These are not coincidences, they're quiet, deliberate moves to bring herself into your orbit. When a woman goes out of her way to spend time with you, she's revealing something powerful. She's saying that your presence matters, that being around you brings her joy, excitement, or comfort, often all three. If she initiates plans like suggesting a lunch, a walk, or even something as simple as grabbing coffee, it's her subtle way of expressing her interest. She might frame it casually, hiding her nerves behind the guise of just friends. But, make no mistake, her actions are laced with attraction. Notice how she reacts when you propose spending time together. If she lights up, eagerly agrees, or even seems willing to rearrange her day to make it happen, you've got her attention. For a woman to prioritize you amidst the busyness of life is no small thing. It's a testament to the depth of her interest. And if she's the one initiating, that's a sign she's not just drawn to you, she's invested in the possibility of something more. Her desire to be near you also manifests in smaller, more spontaneous ways. For example, she might linger in a conversation, even when others have drifted away. She might subtly steer a group dynamic to ensure she's seated near you or engaging with you the most. These little actions, choosing proximity and finding excuses to keep the conversation flowing, are her way of creating moments with you, even when the setting doesn't make it obvious. Let's not overlook her attentiveness when you're together. If she's truly attracted, she won't just be present physically, she'll be emotionally engaged. She'll listen intently to what you say, ask thoughtful questions, and remember the little details you share. You'll notice her leaning in, her body language open and inviting. When you speak, her attention is undivided, her gaze fixed on you with an intensity that feels almost magnetic. This isn't politeness, it's her way of showing you that she's invested in who you are and what you have to say. Attraction often thrives in shared experiences, and a woman who's drawn to you will look for opportunities to create those moments. She might suggest activities that align with your interests or hobbies, not only as a way to spend time together, but also to show you that she's paying attention to the things you care about. These shared activities are her way of building a connection that goes beyond surface-level attraction, creating memories that bond you more deeply. The Stoics remind us that actions reveal the truth, and when it comes to her desire to spend time with you, her actions speak volumes. If she consistently seeks you out, initiates plans, or makes herself available in ways that feel intentional, it's clear that she values your presence. And it's not just about the time itself, it's about the quality of that time, the connection she's trying to nurture, and the memories she hopes to build with you. Of course, it's important to read these signs within the broader context of her behavior. Does she show enthusiasm when you're around? Does she prioritize you over other distractions? Is there a warmth and openness to her interactions? If the answer to these questions is yes, then her desire to spend time with you is more than casual, it's a reflection of her growing feelings. But how should you respond to this? First, acknowledge and appreciate the effort she's making. Let her know, even subtly, that you see and value the time you spend together. When she suggests an activity, shows genuine interest and engagement. When she lingers in a conversation, reciprocate by giving her your attention and presence. These small gestures of acknowledgement and connection can deepen the bond between you. Attraction is as much about the moments you create together as it is about the chemistry between you. When she seeks you out, when she finds ways to be near you, she's telling you that you've become a priority in her life. These moments, though often understated, are where connections grow, where mutual attraction blossoms into something deeper. So, the next time she suggests spending time together or finding a way to be near you, pay attention. Recognize it for what it is, not just a casual interaction, but an expression of her feelings, her interest, and her hope for something more. Meet her halfway, and let the time you share become the foundation for a connection that feels as natural as it is electrifying. Attraction is a fascinating dance of subtle gestures and unspoken connections. From the delicate play of her fingers in her hair to the lingering touch that sends a shiver down your spine, a woman's actions often reveal her feelings long before her words do. Each stolen glance, every soft laugh, and the magnetic pull of her presence are like pages in a book waiting for you to read, understand, and respond. Throughout this journey, we've explored how her body and emotions work together to communicate her interests. Her hair becomes a canvas of allure, her eyes a window into her thoughts, her laughter an invitation to share joy, and her touch a way to bridge the distance between you. These are not random acts. They are deeply rooted in the primal and emotional instincts of human connection. And yet these signals are not just about physical attraction. They're about trust, comfort, and the possibility of a deeper connection. When a woman shows her interest through these signs, she's not just saying, "I like how you look." She's saying, "I like how you make me feel." That's the real magic. Attraction isn't just a fleeting spark, it's the foundation for something meaningful, built on mutual understanding and shared moments. As you navigate these signals in your interactions, remember to approach them with mindfulness and confidence. The Stoics teach us that patience and awareness are key to truly understanding others. Observe her patterns, let the connection unfold naturally, and respond in a way that builds trust and comfort. Attraction is as much about timing as it is about chemistry. But attraction is also about action. If you notice these signs in someone you're drawn to, don't hesitate to respond. A warm smile, a playful touch, or even a thoughtful conversation can take the subtle signals she's sending and turn them into something tangible. Show her that you see her, that you're paying attention, and that you're willing to meet her halfway. This acknowledgement can deepen the connection in ways that feel organic and mutual. So, what have you learned today? Have you started noticing these subtle cues in your own interactions? Perhaps you're thinking about the moments you've shared with someone and wondering what they might mean. Attraction is a journey, one that begins with small sparks and can grow into something extraordinary if nurtured with care and confidence. If this video has helped you see attraction in a new light, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What's one thing you've discovered today that you'll start applying in your life? Drop a comment below and share your story with us. Let's keep the conversation going. Your experiences and insights might just inspire someone else to recognize the signals they've been missing. And if you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. By clicking the subscribe button and ringing the notification bell, you'll stay updated on all our latest content, designed to help you navigate the intricate world of attraction, relationships, and human connection. Don't forget to like this video and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Remember, the most powerful connections often begin in the quietest moments, in a glance, a laugh, or a touch that speaks more than words ever could. Pay attention to those moments, cherish them, and let them guide you toward deeper, more meaningful relationships. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your heart attuned, and your presence grounded. You never know when the next spark of connection might light up your world. If you found this video insightful, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments below. What's one sign of attraction you've noticed before, but now see differently? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more captivating content. Hit the notification bell to stay tuned for our next deep dive into the art of connection. Your journey to understanding starts here.